That's a great start. My guest has no idea where his camera is. Sorry, I hit the button a wee bit early, so that's technically my fault. But thanks everybody for coming back tonight. It is a wee bit of a sort of ramshackled interview. Me and Sammy were just sort of talking and stuff like that there. And if you've seen Sammy, he has been on the channel once, twice before, twice, once, twice,
Twice.
twice. Popped into the after parties, high as a motherfucker and drunk as a motherfucker. I'm working his way there now, but I work with Sammy. Sammy works in the store department of where I work, and I work out on the machine shop. And Sammy is ex-Irish Guard, so we were chatting and stuff. And he was like, "Well, if you want, you can chat with me about my time in the army." So I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. It should be a good conversation." So Sammy, I just want to say thank you very very much for doing this. You know, so it can be a personal matter, your time in the military, like.
Well, thanks for giving me the time. It's not easy sometimes, or you can't get the platform to say what you want.
Oh, well, anybody, yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want. As I said before we come on stream, don't get your dick out. It's about the only rule is don't get your dick out. Apart from that, we're grand. Like. But Sammy, if I can ask, what age are you now?
I'm 35.
You're 35. How long ago?
I know I don't look it, but yeah.
How long ago was it that you left? Because just before context, people going in, where we work, there is an awful lot of army people. But I didn't know that Sammy himself was in it. He only mentioned it to me early. So these questions I'm asking, if they sound stupid, it's because I literally know fucking nothing about this history at all. Like, so, when was it that you left, Sammy?
2017.
2017, and you were in it for?
From 2002.
You did time overseas?
I done Iraq, yeah, on Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, which was worse? Well, if I can ask,
Iraq,
go.
Iraq is a beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. They remind you of Turkey. Beautiful.
I was going to say you enjoyed your time there, didn't you? 6 months, isn't it? 6 months is usually.
They give the tour 6 months, but it's actually it could be 2 years before you're fully qualified. Your whole battalion qualified to go there, so it's not a 6 month tour. It's a year tour.
Mm-hmm. Which you've got to do training and stuff and all to make sure that everybody passes and get there. Joining the army now, if anyone knows as well, if Port Granda, it turns up, has done some time in the Royal Irish Rangers, and I wouldn't say I'm an army brat or anything like that, but there's the army experience, you know, and I've been to the bases and, you know, wished you boys all off and that sort of thing. So, was your father in the military? Have you any in the military?
I would love to know how to work computers, because I would get my grandfather up, which he's 102.
Mm-hmm.
He lives right behind me here. Was in the Second World War. He's still alive. Still takes a smoke of the pipe and takes a whiskey every night, and he lives right behind me. 102 years of age. Still
you sent me a picture. He doesn't look 102. He generally only looks about maybe 80 or so. Like, he looks better than my granny, and she's 85.
102, and if you were smart to him, he would still hit you a slap in the mouth.
Was it the coming from the military family that sort of lent you towards that? Was it just something that you were going to do? Did you always know you were going to be in the army, or?
No, I joined the cadets at, I think I was 12. I think. I can't remember, but it was the Army Cadet Force that made me think about joining the army, which I did.
There's a lot of, but you can use the army and get your education and stuff like that. They can put you through and do that and the other. Or were you focus more on the army style and you know, going down that career route, so to speak?
It was 100% the army.
Yeah.
100%.
Is it the mindset, the camaraderie, or you just love playing with guns?
we all we all love guns when we grew up. Maybe not over here, but yeah, it was guns.
You wanted to fire the big guns.
Whatever gun they give me, I'll fire it.
Yeah. Did you see? I don't want to say. Did you see any? Did you see any bad action? Were there any moments where you were out in Afghanistan or over in Iraq or anything like that where you were fired upon? Was there? If you can, take your time. Take your time.
No. Okay.
If I push the boat or ask the wrong question.
No. I want you to be more ruthless, but yes, I'll tell you. It was losing my two friends on one patrol. I was meant to go home on rest and recovery, R&R is called. And my friend was killed. Kirk Redpath.
One of the reasons that we were talking about before this is the reasons that Sammy wanted to do this was to bring awarenesses to the mental health of this, especially with boys coming back and things like that. Something we want to bring attention to. Some people know, suicide awareness, looking after each other, mental health is very, very important. And as I say, that's something that Sammy wanted to bring attention to, and for all regiments, for all Army's sake, and all military support, and anyone who goes out there and actually puts their life on the line and then comes back again. It can be it can be difficult sometimes to change back. Like, military life is military life. I've spent, as I say, growing up a wee bit with Dad. You have your times that you get up, you eat the food that's put in front of you. You do this at this time, you have your this, that, and the other. And when you come back to normal life, there's an awful lot of free time, so to speak, to be thinking, to be going over stuff. You don't have that constant attention and someone to say, this is where you need to be at this time. Like, need to get you a computer.
I'm trying to figure out where the fucking finger is, where I'm covered in the camera somewhere.
There you go.
If any people that's watching, I'm sorry for being a dick, but sure, fuck it.
Just hold it in one spot.
Right, well, it's on the different arm now, I think.
There you go. Right, you're working. So yeah, that's what we were saying, Sammy, is to bring more attention to this. Cheers.
There's other red wine available.
So whenever you were out, how long into the actual tour was that? Whenever that happened, was it close to the end? Did you get to?
It would have been. Say we're out there for a 6-month tour. That happened about the 4th month.
You've still another 8 weeks then of actually, having to go through that.
Horrible. Lovely, lovely country. Horrible, horrible place.
Did you find that hard to ask the questions without pushing too far?
Ask whatever you want.
Having to get up. What way does the army say to you and treat that to you? Like, as you say, you get your R&R. What is that? Like a designated 3 days per friend or something? Or here's a week you get to take that. I'm sure that it can be very regimental. They want to get you back out on again. Did you find that you got the time that you needed? Or did you find that it was, we can't spare you, we need to get you back out there?
I think you're asking is what your R&R is all about, or when you come home from R&R, what do you do?
Yeah, like if that happened while you were out there. So did you come home again, or did you get?
I will explain exactly what happened my R&R when I come home, if you want.
Yeah, if you could. So whenever that happened, at what 4-month period into the 6 months, you were then given your R&R.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Kirk died while I was just about to come home with my R&R.
Mm-hmm.
Got on the plane, come home, and it was the 12th and it was in Newton Ard, so it must have been, I don't know what district that is, but it was the 12th was in Newton Ard.
Mm-hmm.
And then it felt like 2 seconds I was back, right back in Iraq. So I have no memory. If that makes sense, I have no memory
Of being in Iraq.
No, I've memory being in Iraq, but I've no memory of coming home in R&R.
All right.
I can remember being there for the 12th,
Mm-hmm.
and no memory even traveling back to Iraq.
And nothing was registering.
It's obviously registered, but I have no memory of that.
Yeah. And then you come home and you get what? A week, 2 weeks, or what way does it work that way?
You come home, it's not even 2 weeks. You got memory from you leave Iraq until you reach Belfast or Manchester, London, Edinburgh, wherever you're from. You've 2 weeks from you land and your destination. That's when your 2 weeks start.
Yeah. And you just took it to yourself, obviously, some time for yourself or whatever. So it doesn't, that's what I'm saying. It's a designated time. Do you feel that 2 weeks was enough? Or do you feel that not forced back into service or maybe rushed back into service? Or do you find that it was better to get back out there and just to get distracted?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have any order and all. I would have the full year done.
You find the distraction then would have been better.
Exactly.
Than not having to think about it, coming home for 2 weeks.
No distraction. Do what you have to do, and then have your life.
And deal with it afterwards.
Yeah.
And you think that would have been better to just continue on and just, getting up every morning, 6 o'clock, this is your time, this is when you parade, this is when you do this is when you patrol, or whatever, and getting that. You think it would have been better to just continue on with that and then at the end of the actual year service come home and then deal with it? You think the R&R, having a break in the middle, was bad?
You mean mustard parade in the morning?
I mean patrol. But, having that and not coming home, if you just experience that and knowing that you have to then go back to it, you would focus an awful lot on it.
It's not experiencing that. It's... I'm trying to think of what way to say it. Not for me. Having a support network when you come home from things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense?
Yeah, everybody needs a support network, man. Did you find that you had
having a support network, which I never had? I did have. It wasn't great, but I had it. But I mean, a proper support network for people that's coming back from not just the army. I mean, paramedics, firefighters, policemen, anything.
There should be a service or some sort of way or somebody for them to talk to.
Not like an NHS. It's just like, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? Something. I don't know.
Better than what there was. Obviously, from what I'm getting from you is I don't feel that there was the support network there. That the army didn't provide that, or it wasn't provided that afterwards. Like, it's obviously still something you want to talk about.
Definitely not. You can ask me anything. I'll try and answer. If I can, I can't.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying is the situation you would have thought would have been best after your friend passed away was to continue on there until the tour was over and then come home to a better support network and then deal with it?
No, well, it gets harder. because it just wasn't one. It was two in exactly the same incident. It was Lance Corporal Kirk Redpath and Lance Sergeant Chris Casey, both in the pipe band, and very good lads.
And they were from over here?
No. Kirk was from Essex, and Chris Casey was from, yes, his family was from over here, but somewhere, no, I can't mind more than one, but good lads.
There's a connection that you would build being in sort of situations like that. You don't necessarily need to know the person for 6 months or 60 years or anything like that, but when you're in that sort of situation, you need to have... Oh, we lost him. There we go. You need to have that trust in the person beside you. You need to make sure that you can trust that person with your back, with your life.
Trying to find the volume here, 2 seconds.
And you've muted me. There you go. You're back.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me now, Sammy? I do apologize, people.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, I can. Yep. You can't hear me, can you?
Put your specs up, you can hear me. I can't hear a fucking thing.
Refresh. Close the window. Oh, you can't even see me. Can't hear me.
Will it pour off and then go back on again?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah?
Yep, do
Okay.
that. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming tonight. In the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to have Canon Wars. Will be on December the 2nd, if I'm getting that date right. It's the first Thursday in December. It'll be over in Savage Minnow's channel, so we'll be doing that over there. We will have, if I get this right, we've got Mr. Willis and 420 Atheist going up against Holy Spackle, and I'm not sure who Holy Spackle's partner is. If Savage Minnow's still here, she could let us know. But that should be fun. I need to get Scotty back. If anyone hasn't seen on Twitter or on Holy Spackle's channel, bitch got my doll. I need my doll back. So be as nice as you can. But there's a few videos over there. Go over, subscribe, leave a video, leave a comment. Fuck, I hate being on my own. Anybody else want to come in and join in? We'll give him another couple of minutes. Was something we were chatting earlier, and Cider was going to have a stream earlier, and then we were talking and stuff, and then I was talking to Sammy, and it's something that Sammy does want to talk about, is because he's been through this and bring awareness to mental health that men are going through. As Wildheart has typed in the chat, I really appreciate him saying that. Real men do cry. I cry far too much. Corey will tell you, even when you watch movies and stuff. But it is something we need to do. We need to be better, more aware of this, and it is okay. Reach out, talk to someone. If you're having a bad day, text a friend. Call somebody. Come on, Sammy. I'll just dance, maybe. Anybody want to see me dance? No dancing. I see Ox has said you should have had closed captions. You saying you can't understand what we're saying, Ox? We talk good English. We talk perfect England. Oh, this boy better hurry up. Puff the Magic Dragon. Ah, it's a very emotional song. It is. You want to come in and sing for us, Doorknob Head? Would love to see you cry. And he's back. Can you hear me now?
I was having a piss.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for leaving me in a dead
Only that, you know, like.
Right, so yes, as I was just saying, me and you were talking, the reasons behind this is to bring more awareness to it, because it is something, the whole idea in, especially in the army and places like that, there's real men, and what is a real man? You get screamed at in the army, you have to do this, that and the other. Would there be any sort of facilities for you if you were needing someone to talk to? Is there any support for mental health in the army at the minute, or is it just buck up and get on with it?
In the army?
Mm-hmm.
No. It's get on with it, and that's it. Do it. Yeah, well, you have to do it. You know all the fucking choice. But you just have to do it, and that's it. Get on with it.
And that's what I'm saying. That's encouraged. There is nobody, that you could go and talk to, or you just have your friends at night or whatever that you could chat with about what happened or this, that, and the other. But there's no.
Of course, there is. Like any other job, you can. Oh, is that right? Is that wrong? Is that wrong? But if you want to go somewhere in the army, you don't talk. You get on with it. If that makes sense to any is.
Oh no! I understand. Yeah, they don't want you. They don't really want you to deal with it. Do you?
It's not that. It's if they see somebody, he's going to be a good mechanic, or he's going to be a good fucking painter, or he's going to be something good, or whatever. They don't tell the army that. They say, "Oh, he's going to be shit." Oh, he's shit. That's the way it army is, and that's the way it works.
They break you down.
Yep. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh no! I understand what you're saying. Yeah, people are probably having trouble with their accents. But
am I coming across completely shit, or am I coming across something?
To me, I'm understanding what you're saying. Knowing context, we have some military people there. I'm sure that they understand what we're talking about. Like, but it is in the military and the army. It's you just need to get the fuck on with it and get up with it. They don't give you any real support. The idea for that being that you just need to, and it's. You make references to other jobs, but the job for that is for you to go out and, you're expected to police. You're expected to possibly shoot upon people.
No, it's to do the job, execute it, or do the job. That's it. Go ahead. Sorry.
No,
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
See that. You know that there's no support. You know that you don't get a chance to do it. You know that it's just shut up and get on with it. And you've accepted that, as you say, it's just army life. It's just the way it is. But it's also something that you wanted to get into it. It's...
There's a word I'm trying to think of. It's there somewhere, but get a conversation going and it'll come to my head. It will come.
I'm wondering why... it's not that you know that this sort of support is, but you have that mentality in the cadets and things like that as well, and all. It's like you need to get up and you need to get on with it, and it's the whole, I wouldn't go, maybe toxic masculinity, real men don't cry, here's a big gun, go shoot someone, and just pushing that without giving any real support to the other side. They can't expect you to go ahead and do all these things that you do in the situations that you do and be put in them situations. And just, you don't care about your mental health. You just have to get the fuck up on with it.
That's what the army does. Get on with it. Are you a man or a mouse? Get on. Doesn't work that way. Alright. You alright?
Do you think there is...
No. Are you alright?
Oh, I'm fine. I was just letting
Go
the
on.
dog out.
All right.
I was just letting the dog out. Uh, do you think that the army would survive and the army could do what they do if they didn't approach it like that? Do you think what the army is and the fact of what your job entails, and as I said, the situations that you're put in, if you were given the opportunity or someone to talk to or someone to support you, that you would still be able to be an effective soldier?
Not a chance. You mean getting counselling before you have to go and do it? But you
But
have
not just before it, but during it or whatever. You know, it's having that support group rather than being, are you a man or a mouse? Would you like to talk to this person for an hour? You know, do you think that you could continue to be an effective soldier if you went and talked to that person or helped? Or do you think that you need to be screamed at? You need to get that dehumanization into it so you're an effective soldier?
I can't answer that because it needs to be either part, during, or after, or in between. I can't answer that unless I know what part.
Well, from your point of view, do you think that having counselling beforehand, going into that situation, would have helped? Do you think, obviously we all agree that afterwards is definitely needed.
Oh, have I been it before? Before, not after. Don't think. Go and then think.
That's what they push. That's what they're going for. Don't think about what you're doing. Just go ahead and do it. Worry about it later.
It's not what they think. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Go and then think.
You're a long-time military person, and you've just said that it's not a good system doing it that way. It's the only way to be an effective soldier. But do you think that? But what about the stuff afterwards? You know, what about you afterwards? You're out of the army now. You know, what?
Yeah.
You know, is there someone that you can call from them that they can say, are they supporting you? Are they doing that? You know, you're just fucked out now. You're done. That's it.
Right. Okay. When I left the army, it was nothing. There's a good place in Market Hill, County Armagh. I don't know what it's called. The Eli Centre. That's what it's called. Any soldiers out there that's thinking hard about things, please ring the Eli Centre. Very good place. I haven't done it. I should, but I'm coping okay. So got this baldy bastard every fucking night of the week.
Right, is that provided by the army? Is that provided by someone else? And it's just something that the army...
It's a private company.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm allowed to say what I need to say on this platform.
Say whatever you want, man.
Anything.
Whatever you want.
About it. Emma?
Yeah.
This company that in Market Hill, they've got £10,000 per person. If you're going to have a metal breakdown, that's the soldier I'm talking about, by the way.
Yeah.
They've 10 grand per soldier. If you're metal breakdown, come along.
But there's support there.
I'll say it to you, and then you can put it whatever way you
want.
Yeah.
We'll not go any further with the details and stuff, man, because nothing can be confirmed. But the Elish Centre in Market Hill.
Eli Centre, Market Hill is for soldiers. You can say that, not about money, but the Eli Centre, Market Hill is for soldiers that's down out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They can go there and get support.
I hate to say this, but, you know, why would it have got that bad? You know, there's nothing. See, this is what it is. They take you in, they beat the fuck out of you. Well, not to beat the fuck out of you mentally. They beat you down. You know, all right, you'll be healthy and you're fit.
Are you talking about training?
No, but overall, right? They get you ready for war. That's the point of a soldier. You know, they get you ready for war. And to be an effective soldier, they have to beat you down mentally. They have to create this, you know, you're a man or a mouse, get up and go and do it. Yeah. And they have to push that forward so that you can do what you do. And then they just sort of, I hate to use the word, just dispose of you afterwards with no real support and no nothing. You give them how many years of your life?
17.
Yeah. So it's a long time. It's half your fucking life. You're only, what, 35? Like, it's a big chunk of your life that you give them.
How long? What is you fucker?
I'm 38.
Hey, what do you wait?
Yeah. But
You don't look like-
I think it's very I wouldn't say disrespectful. It obviously is the way it's going and the way it is. But from a man who's been through it, do you think there is a better system? Do you think there's a better way to create a soldier? Do you think that soldiers should be taken out of it completely? Should we go to drone warfare? Should we be, do you think in the day and age that we are in, that we should still be having the wars and sending these men and women out in these situations?
Could you give me a 5-minute break and I'll come back with a full answer for that?
Oh, you're supposed to go to the toilet before you go to the stream.
I know, but it's my first time.
You can hold it. You can hold it. You can hold it. You can hold it for an 10, 15 minutes or so, because we'll probably be rounding up anyway. But
what do you make? I got your heart going, didn't it?
Where do you think the direction of warfare should be?
In the next couple of years?
Do you think we should be still putting men out there with guns in their hands?
I think in the next maybe 10 years, there wouldn't be one foot soldier in the ground. It'll be all robot.
You think so? Head in that direction?
100%.
Yeah. How do you think that will then... See, to a certain extent, I don't want any man or woman to be sent out there. But
of course,
if you send a man and a woman out there, you will be slightly more reserved in what you are going to do. There is consequences of life when you have to take life into consideration. Where if you're sending out a drone and a robot or whatever like that, you can send out 50 of them or 1,000 of them and you'll not care because they're not killing anyone. But it does escalate war then because you don't care about it.
Don't fucking talk about my fucking wallpaper, at least. Yeah.
But do you get what I mean? Right?
Thinking about it.
Do you think the escalation... Do you think it would escalate war? If robots were on the ground rather than actual humans, do you think, for talk's sake, instead of the 100 men that was out patrolling at one time, there would be 200 robots? And they're going to be twice as powerful.
Right. I'll tell you what I think.
Mm-hmm. Go.
Robots are programmed for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers are programmed, listen, for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
When you leave that army, you're still programmed to certain things.
Yeah.
How did they stop it?
Debriefing's not really going to work that well.
I'm only telling you the truth.
Yeah.
How do they?
I don't know. Do they give you any help?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why.
So this is a good thing that we want to put robots on the ground to save you having to go through this. This is what I'm asking you. Do you think if we put robots on the ground, it would escalate the situation?
What the fuck?
Do you think if we put robots on the ground, it would escalate the situation?
Of course. Fuck. Yeah. Of course it would.
See, this is the balance between it. I don't even think wars, what's it good for? Absolutely nothing, Have you anything that you would like to say or anything you would like to add about your experience as a whole? How would you describe your experience as a whole, Sammy? Not including the cadets and not just including your time out in overseas. I'm talking about, from you were an adult, so from your 17, 18, you joined the army and all that.
As me going as a soldier, as not going out to war, just being in the regiment-y type of thing. So what do you mean? Like, as in...
Overall, your experience in the army from you were 18 or whenever you joined till you left, not the cadets.
Everything.
Everything. How could you describe? Would you say it's a good experience? Would you say it's a bad experience? Would you encourage anyone else to go and join?
I don't forgot.
Ramble. Go. You've been rambling the whole thing. Go on.
Go for it. I think joining the army is the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Totally contradicts the whole stream, but go on.
100, yeah, I know. But 100%. I don't even know what to say because you fucking interrupt me.
Alright, I'll be quiet.
Bill, you already started.
Right. So you would say it's the best experience of your life, and you would encourage other people to do it.
I'll take a wee sip and then I'll get back into it.
And you would encourage other people to do it, would you?
I wouldn't enjoy... See what you're doing. Keep doing that. Because, yeah. I would encourage my kids to do it, yeah.
You would encourage your kids to do it. Do you feel that, coming from a military family, you were obviously either encouraged or felt the need to, whatever, sitting where you are now, having the mental state where you are now?
Right. I'll tell you
Would you, you're knowing where it is at this point, after you come out, and you have kids, and you would encourage your kids to join the army, then the question is, do you want them to go through what you're going through now? Or do you think the fact that you've been through it, you can give them support? Or, the mental health part of where you are now is obviously not good. So we don't want to give that, and we don't want to pass that on.
Of course, we want to pass that on, but...
It's part and parcel.
Use the whole fucking thing. I'm a grounder. 102. Thank
you. Yeah. No, but what I'm trying to get to is why encourage them to do this if you know that this is the end result? And if you know that this is the end result, do you think that you, having been through it, can counteract it? Or do you just expect it that you go to the army, this is the way you come out?
Right. I understood that first. Thing you just said, could you elaborate on the first thing you said, please?
Right. Why would you encourage your kids to join the army knowing that this is the mental state that you come out with, and knowing that when you're done and the army is done with you, they just go and get rid of you? Why would you encourage your kids to go through that? Why do you think it's the best thing you've ever done? Is it the camaraderie? Is it the friendships that you've built? Is it the big guns?
The army wouldn't take you on if that's the state you're in. For a start.
Lift your camera up, Sammy. There you go.
The army wouldn't take you on if that is the state you're in. Oh, in the wee mood now?
No. I'm wondering, the first part is you've got kids. Why would you encourage them to join the army knowing that this is the mental state they're finished with?
I think it's because of something professional that us people that don't have money.
Pardon?
You know.
Pardon? I didn't hear you a bit. You cut out ever so slightly. I didn't hear you.
I don't even know what to say. You're fucking the group manager.
Yeah, no. But what?
Chef.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to get to the point of why you would encourage your kids. What makes the army the best thing you've ever done? If this is the mental state you come out with.
Tell me, talking to my kids, you mean?
You want to encourage them to join the army?
Of course, I would get any cadets, anybody to join the army. You're looking after people. Like, it's not all about bad, all about killing, all about you need to kill that. It's nothing to do with that. It's the least thing you do in the army is shooting people, whatever. You listen?
Yes.
That's the least thing you do in the army. It's all about peacemaking, looking after people. You're like a social worker. Look after, help. I don't know.
It gives you a sense of that you're doing something better in the world. It makes you.
You are, but you are.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been through it. I've only got an outside point of view, right?
But
so,
if you make somebody happy in your radio show or your whatever, somebody laughs, you're helping them. It's
yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Like, and anyone who knows the history of this, I was showing Sammy beforehand. Dad brought this back from Afghanistan. Even Sammy's regiment's down here as well. His Irish Guards badge is down here too. You know, I have respect for people who do time in the military. You know, and I think that to a certain extent, you know, we could go down the whole route of, do you think military service is a good thing? So, say for talk's sake, Sammy, do you think like they have in Estonia and other places like that? Do you think everybody should do 5 years in the army, mandatory? Everybody.
Okay, I'll put it. Do you think the United Kingdom have military soldiering?
Military national service, right? Which means you do, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have, as you know, there is that mentality of that comes with an army that I think that can be very, very good. There's the whole, you know, getting up in the morning, getting your shit done, you know, brush, clean, tidy, keep yourself, you know, shower. You know, the whole setting up a routine is very, very difficult to get going, and it's a very good idea. You know, that enforcement, I do appreciate that from the army, the whole regimental and you getting up and doing that. And it's a lot of thing that would help an awful lot of people better. They get up, they're not going to be late for work, they know how to pay their bills, you know. You get that mentality sort of into you. So that's a good part of the army, you know. You're clearly, you know, wanting to talk about mental health. This is a bad part of the army.
What's right about
Nothing right about war.
Nothing right.
So this is what I'm saying. Do you think that because you were in the army for that long, that this, and you had to do time obviously overseas, this is what's caused the mental health, this is what's caused the problems? If we had a national service where people had to do, say, 3 to 5 years, they were in, they were out, that was it. You know, they may not be in the service while there's a war. You were definitely going to be sent overseas if you're going to be in the army for that long. So it's a guaranteed thing for someone over here. If they go to the army route as a career rather than with the military service, it's not a guaranteed thing, but they could pick up, you know, discipline and tidying and stuff like that. So there is benefits and drawbacks to it.
I blame the National Health Service for
Pardon?
2 seconds, Robbie.
Stay around for another 2 minutes. We're going to round up anyway. We're going to round
I
up.
know, but what stream are we on here?
We're on mine, as we have been for most of the night.
I know, it's just me and you, because I'm confused the fuck.
No, we're still live, man. We're still live, but we're going to be finishing up now in a wee minute anyway. So, Sammy, is there anything else you would like to add or something you would like to say specifically? Either about the army, about mental health, or
right.
anything
I'll give you and the viewers 2 questions. Anything you want, and I'll tell you truthfully what it is.
What is, this is what I'm saying, what is the most right?
Go for
What
it.
did you learn most from your time in the army?
What did I learn most?
Yep.
It's a very hard one, but I will answer it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll answer, okay? No. You've only a couple of seconds. No, I will answer.
Yeah, answer it, and then the next one, and then we'll be done, and you can sit in the toilet for the next 2 hours you want. All right.
But that's a very fucking good question. Very good question.
Or the next one's even harder.
Right, tell me this one.
Give me an answer to this one. What did you learn out of your experience in the army? What did you learn? What did you learn the most?
To accept death. What's the truth? To accept death.
Happens.
Yeah, of course it does.
The next question I'll ask you is, what is the biggest difference in yourself from when you went in? You need to lift the camera up, Sammy. From when you went into the army and from when you come out of the army. What's the biggest difference in your personal self? And we're not talking health-wise or anything like that. You're probably a wee bit healthier. You know, what is the biggest change in your character and your personality from when you entered the army to when you left the army?
Fucking what a question. I'm not sure how to answer that. I'm not sure how to answer that.
That's an honest answer, man. It's okay to say, I don't know.
I don't know.
Something to think about.
I think so.
Is there anything that you personally would like to add before we round it up, Sammy?
I would like to say, quit Sapper Rabbit on Fogabella, Irish Guards, and the Royal Irish. If I'm not being offensive to anybody, I hope.
I don't know. I don't think you are. I don't think anybody actually understood what you were saying because they don't get our accent. There's only a few English UK people here, so it's fine. They didn't understand what you were saying anyway. But Sammy, thank you for coming on. Thank you for chatting with me. And
I'm sorry if I annoyed everybody.
Monday is going to be fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry if I annoyed anybody.
No, I don't think no. There's nobody here gets up their own ass about anything. You didn't annoy a goddamn person. I wouldn't have had you on if it wasn't going to be fucking fun.
Thank you, Robert.
But man, yeah, it has been a great chat. And I think Wild Heart's looking to set up an after party. If you want to keep drinking and keep talking and keep chatting, Wild Heart.
Stay where I am.
No, I'll sort that. We'll sort this. You just be quiet for a minute. So, Sammy, I just want to say again, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I know it was just a wee quick interview, a wee quick chat, and all the rest was just sort of thrown together with no real schedule. But the 10 people or so that turned up, thank you very, very much for coming. So, on that note, if you don't know Wild Heart again, search Wild Heart again in the Google bar, and you'll find them. And we'll maybe be over there soon enough. So on that note, I'll say thanks to everybody. We'll see you back for Canon Wars, and we'll probably have a few interviews on the channel in the night between then. But other than that, see you over at Wild Hearts. All right, night everybody. Bye. Oh, think for yourselves, people.
Robbie, you're fucking mental. Was that we on a proper program now? We on the proper program now?